Hey guys, what's going on? It's Lisa from twocreateawebsite.com. Man, oh man, oh man, is this video long overdue. It's time for me to do a video that addresses a lot of things about content marketing in 2013. I also, which is kind of crazy, do not have a video that basically talks about how to start a content infopreneur website in 2013 and going forward. So I want to talk about keyword research. I want to talk about search engine optimization. I want to squash some myths. And I also discovered that a lot of my YouTube subscribers, they have no clue as to what I do. And you can't assume that everybody that subscribes understands how all this works and they know about what you do. So I need this introductory video. Now, even if you've been a long-term subscriber of mine, you're probably going to learn some things, at least about me and what I think about certain things like keyword research, because I don't talk a lot about that, and you will discover why in this video. So let's get started. All right, so I want to explain a little bit how this is going to work. As you can probably already see from the time on the video, this is a long video. So what I've done is I've put markers in the description of this video. So if you're watching this on Facebook or another website, make sure you click the video and go to YouTube, because if you want to jump to a specific section, you can do that. And I will also make sure I include any links that I discuss, any sites that I encourage you to visit or whatever. I'll put the link to those in the description. I also want to give a shout out to Eileen of basicblogtips.com, because she hipped me to this extension called the MP3 Chrome extension, which is an add-on for the Chrome browser that allows you to turn YouTube videos into MP3 files. So you can turn this video into like a podcast and listen to it in the car on your iPhone or your iPod or something like that. So make sure you check that out. In fact, I'll bring up the site so you can see. It's Online Audio Converter, and the address is online-audio-converter.com if you want to check it out. Now, one thing I want to say, that I am not just going to have you sit here and stare at these boring red and white slides for the entire video. I will be toggling back and forth between these slides and the web, but I wanted to have these slides up just so I can have some talking points, since this is a very, very detailed, in-depth video. Keyword research. That's one of the things that I'm really gonna talk about in depth here, just to let you guys know where I stand on keyword research. I don't really do a lot of videos on keyword research, and I will talk more about my individual strategy. If you subscribe to my blog, you probably saw a post that I did back in February that's titled 150,000 monthly page views, still no backlink building. Well, this particular post caused a lot of questions. You see, there's 94 comments on this post, and many of those comments are, hey, Lisa, will you talk more about the strategy you use for your websites? And this particular site, I did not reveal. I decided to keep it hidden, and I talk more about why I did that. But in this video, I'm going to talk a little bit more about keyword research, just so you guys can know where I stand and the technique that I use when I'm coming up with a new website. Also, Site Build It. A lot of people want to know what I think about Site Build It in 2013. And let me just say, I've got some very candid opinions about that. So definitely stay tuned. All right, so for my beginners out there, how do information websites make money? Well, there are several ways that you can make money with an information website. So I'll talk about some of the most popular ways today. So first off, there's AdSense. AdSense is one of the more sought after ways of monetizing a website. So let me explain a little bit about where AdSense comes from and how it works. Okay, here I am in Google, so let's do a search for women's shoes. So at the top, you see these ads, which are highlighted by this beige background. These are all AdWords ads, okay? An AdWord ad is basically an advertiser that tells Google, hey, I want my ad to appear when people type in whatever keyword in Google. So if I were to click this link right here, it would cost 6pm.com $3 a click, $4 a click, whatever they are paying for this ad, for the spot right here. So As an AdSense member, if you had a website on women's shoes and you were an AdSense publisher, when you put the code into your website to display the AdSense ads and this ad shows up, you will get roughly 60% of the cost of this ad. And then Google will get the remaining 30%. I think the share is something like 68 to 32%, where you get 68, Google gets 32, something like that. So anytime somebody clicks an ad on your site, you earn money. That's basically AdSense in a nutshell. Now, unfortunately, when people begin websites, they become obsessed with making money with AdSense, and it becomes their only focus. And I think that is a huge mistake, especially today. I think a lot of people assume that I make the majority of my money from AdSense, and that's not even close. AdSense is not even 50% of my income. It's way, way, way less than that. And I'm proud to say that, because at one point, AdSense was a very large percentage of my income, but I have since diversified with selling, my own products and, doing other things, even offline. So I really feel for people who are overly obsessed and they're only making money with AdSense, because unfortunately, it's very easy to get disabled from this program, especially today. Now, the reason that AdSense is so risky and why I don't think you should ever rely on that income is, what you have to remember is that Google is trying to protect their income. They make the majority of their income from advertising. So if they suspect that an AdSense publisher is at risk for them, losing advertisers, or if they feel that a particular publisher is clicking their own ads or is getting traffic from crazy places, then they will disable their account. And unfortunately, this seems to be happening to a lot of people. It used to be just kind of like the newer publishers, but now no one is really safe. I don't care how long you've been in the program. I don't care how much you make. If they suspect something is fishy with your site, I still do think the newer AdSense publishers are at the greatest risk, but it doesn't matter who you are, how much you're making. Spencer of nichepursuits.com was making over $10,000 a month with AdSense and had been in the program for years, and his account was disabled. So this is not money that you will ever want to depend on. So I highly encourage you to diversify your income and make money in some of the other ways I talked about on this video. Now, if you go to my website and you just type in Google AdSense in the search box, you will see a very, very in-depth article that I wrote about AdSense. And as you can see, I've got a little table of contents up here, and I talk about all the different things. I even talk about when you don't get approved, what should you do, getting disabled from AdSense. Make sure you check this article out if you have questions about AdSense, because I cover a lot of ground in this one article. Okay, another way you can make money from your site is affiliate marketing. And this is actually one of my favorite ways to make money online. I actually made my first dollar on the internet back in 98 with Amazon.com's affiliate program. And affiliate marketing is basically you refer a product or service from your site, and if a sale is made, you get a commission, a percentage, or a flat fee from the merchant, the company that sells the product or service. Most affiliate programs, in fact, almost all affiliate programs, are free to join. And if somebody tries to charge you to join an affiliate program, then I'd run really fast. Now, if it's a reseller program, that's a little different story, because you're buying the product and then you're reselling it. But affiliate programs should be free. Okay, here we are on my blog. One of the affiliate programs that I really enjoy promoting is the Studio Press affiliate program, because I actually use their themes on my blogs. So on my To Create blog, I use the Genesis lifestyle theme, and they have a very, very generous affiliate program. So this banner right here links to their sales page. So if someone clicks this and buys, then I earn a commission. This is actually one of my highest paying affiliate programs for this blog. Now, speaking of highest paying affiliate programs, people always ask me, Lisa, can you tell me what are the best affiliate programs to join? You guys, there are hundreds of thousands of affiliate programs on the internet. It's not about what pays the most or what's the best one to join. It's about which one matches the theme of your site. So the idea is you build a site on something you're interested in, and then you look for programs that are relevant to your website. So the reason this does so well on my site is because I talk a lot about creating sites and blogging. And so obviously this is going to work well with my site. But if you have a site on skincare, this may not convert as well. So it's about using and promoting products that fit with your individual website. But one thing I always tell people is that if you use WordPress, you might as well put a link to the theme that you use somewhere, maybe down in your footer like I have here, because a lot of people may wonder, oh, what theme is this? And most premium themes have affiliate programs. So whatever link you have in your footer to your theme, you might as well turn it into an affiliate link so you can get some commissions if someone decides to purchase it. I have just logged into my Share a Sale account, which is the company that manages the affiliate program for StudioPress. And you can see this is my balance. This is what I've earned selling. Most of these earnings here are from the Genesis themes that come from links on my blog. Again, I cannot emphasize how important it is to, first of all, use the product that you promote and, find products that are relevant to your audience's needs. All right, so what's the best way to find affiliate programs? Well, let's assume you've already decided that you are going to build a website on reviewing plasma TVs or electronics or something like that. And you're going to want to promote Best Buy products. So one thing you can do is go to Best Buy's homepage. And then usually if a website has an affiliate program, all you do is scroll down to the bottom. That's usually where they promote it. And sure enough, under partnerships, you can see they do. So you click the link, you fill out the form, and then you'll get an email saying, congratulations, you've been accepted. They will tell you what links to use on your site so you get credit for any sales that you refer, and then you can start making money. Now, I mentioned Share a Sale because a lot of companies these days outsource their affiliate program management to third parties like Commission Junction, which is CJ.com, Share a Sale, LinkShare, and many other networks. So the way the networks work is that you apply for a membership with a network. Then you join the individual programs within the network. And so all of your earnings are collected in one spot. So for example, I'm an affiliate for the StudioPress, WordPress themes, but I had to join Share a Sale first. So as a member of Share a Sale, I can join a number of different affiliate programs that are managed through this network and then check my earnings all from Share a Sale. That's how an affiliate network works. Another decent catch-all affiliate program is Amazon. Amazon gets a lot of criticism because their commissions are so incredibly low. And if you follow me on YouTube or if you follow my videos, I did a video on this. I think it was like last September, October, where I talked about how I sent all this traffic to Amazon and I only made like $170 because their commissions are so low. And a lot of people say, why wouldn't you just use Clickbank? Why would you use Amazon when they pay so low? Here's the deal with Amazon though. A lot of products that you may want to promote from your site may not have affiliate programs that are tied to them. So it's better to join Amazon than to not get paid at all. Also, Amazon converts very well because they are a well-known brand. The majority of my affiliate programs, I tend to convert anywhere between, 1 and 3%. My conversions on Amazon are sometimes as high as 6 or 7% because people trust this brand. The other great thing about Amazon, which I talk about in this article on To Create a Website, is that they have so many different ways for you to link to their products. You can link to a search results page. You can link to an individual product page. And so when you do that, it helps you convert better because you're sending people, right to the place where they can order. The other important thing about Amazon is that you will earn for products that you weren't even promoting. I talked about this in another video. Because Amazon does such a great job of upselling and promoting other products, you know how when you're shopping on Amazon, you end up buying more than you originally planned to buy. Well, as an affiliate, you will earn for all of those things that people buy. Check this out. Aquaphor baby healing ointment. I don't promote anything like that. I don't have any baby sites, but yet I earned a commission for this. Heather's tummy tea. This is from my flat stomach site because I recommend this on that website. But check this out. Coil hose. What? Reinforced polyurethane air hose, I didn't promote that. Kindle 6-inch display, I didn't promote this. So the great thing about Amazon is that people will buy more than they intended. And as an affiliate, you will also earn for that kind of stuff. And in fact, the majority of the earnings that I have are from products I didn't even promote, which is crazy, but great. And finally, I want to talk about Clickbank, which is another program that I do very well with. Clickbank is a digital goods marketplace. So basically, you can promote someone else's ebook or PDF. So if you have a site on fitness, for example, you can log in, and actually you can't get to the marketplace anymore unless you log in now. So you have to become a member, and you log in and you click marketplace. And so now you can search for different products. So let's say you have a fitness blog and you're looking for a book that you want to promote. You do a search, read through these books, tells you the commission that you're going to earn, and you click promote, and Clickbank will give you the link that you use to promote this book on your website, and you'll earn a commission. Now, the reason why Clickbank is so attractive to a lot of people is that the commissions are incredibly high. Unlike Amazon, there are no, distribution fees. There's no shipping and handling. It's just a digital download. So they can afford to offer very high commissions. Look at this book. You can earn $23.74 per sale. My book, Niche Website Success, is also on Clickbank. And as you can see, you'll earn a nice commission promoting this from your site as well. $17, really $18 per sale is the average. The reason it says average is sometimes I'll have a sale. And so if the price drops, obviously the commission that you're going to earn is going to drop. So you will earn 75% of that if you promote my book on your site. So basically you join Clickbank and then you search their marketplace for whatever products you want to sell, click the link to promote it, grab the code, and start promoting it from your newsletter, from your blog, or whatever. Clickbank is a very, very, very popular affiliate program with affiliate marketers, mainly because of the high commissions. So that's how affiliate marketing works in a nutshell. Okay. So generally what you want to do as you're thinking of a site or whatever, and you're doing some research or you're thinking of a topic, you'll want to think about products that you are going to likely promote. So you can first go to the actual retailer site and see if they have an affiliate program. Or sometimes there are affiliate programs offered through the networks like I talked about before, like Share a Sale or CJ or LinkShare and things like that. So another way sites make money is through sponsor ads. And that's basically when you say, hey, I'm going to charge you $500 a month for an ad on my website. Basically, that's what a sponsor ad is. You're not relying on a third party like AdSense. You control your profits. You can use PayPal to collect the money, and then PayPal will take their, small percentage. Or you can actually use a broker like Buy Sell Ads to manage the advertising for you. So basically, when you join Buy Sell Ads, they will actively look for advertisers for your site. So they take the legwork out of you having to go seek and find advertisers. And it's really good if you have a small to medium-sized website and you're having trouble, attracting advertisers. They will help you do this. So a lot of people ask me, Lisa, how do you determine how much to charge for an ad? And this is a formula that you can use to start with. Obviously, you can adjust the price based on, where the ad is going to be placed or the type of ad. But here's a formula that I use to start with. You take your monthly page views for your site. So let's say your site gets 40,000 page views per month. Make sure you do page views and not unique visitors, because the page views is important when you're talking about advertising. Okay. So you take that and then you divide that by 1,000, which equals 40. And then you take that 40 and you multiply it by your ERPM. What the heck is that? If you use AdSense or any kind of advertising program, they normally give you a stat in your reports called ECPM or ERPM, which is basically the earnings per 1,000 visitors. So let's say you log into AdSense and you see that your ERPM is $3, then that's what you would use. So then you would take 40 times 3, and then you would charge $120 a month for an ad on your site. That's an example of something you can use. Now, if the ad is in a very prominent location, let's say it's at the top of your site, then maybe you want to bump that up and say, I'm going to do 150. Or if the ad is at the bottom of the site and you know it's not going to get that much exposure, then maybe you can bump it down to 90. So that's just a formula that you can use. But a lot of people will say, well, what if I, don't have an ERPM or, I don't have enough traffic? How do I figure this out? Well, that's a sign. If you don't have enough traffic, you don't need to be selling advertising. A lot of people think, oh, I'm going to build a site to sell advertising, but they don't have traffic yet. That's like putting a billboard on a highway that has no traffic and trying to get people to buy space. People don't want to buy space for sites that aren't trafficked. So wait until you have the traffic, then figure out your price. So sponsor ads are a great way to make money from your website. And finally, selling your own products. This should be, especially if you want to do this full time, this should be your ultimate goal, to have your own product to sell, because it helps support your brand, build your brand, and you can control your destiny, when you have your own products, because you control the price, you control the profit margin, and you don't have to worry about, well, what if I get disabled from AdSense, or what if the company I'm promoting, shuts down? You don't have to worry about that because it's your own product. You can sell an ebook. You can do consulting services. The great thing now with Skype and Google Hangouts, you can do all this visual consulting with the free tools on the internet. So, make use of the technology that's out here now to create your own product. Now, there are tons of other ways to make money with a content website. There's drop shipping. I could talk about a ton of different things. But these are some of the more popular ways that people make money with their content websites. All right, guys, let's talk about some things that you're going to want to avoid. This is a biggie. Be very careful, you guys, of becoming a reporter or a paraphraser. And I think this happens because some people are just lazy. Let's just call it what it is. They see a successful site and they just want to take the content and put it in their own words and think that Google's just going to rank them because they have content. This is not 2004 anymore, where it's just about quantity and you can just rank because you have a big site with a lot of articles. The other reason I think people do this is because they choose a topic that they are not that interested in, and so it becomes difficult to come up with their own unique content, and so they just end up reporting information that's already out here. The one thing I always say to people is think about why you follow certain sites. Let's say you're a big sports fan and you follow ESPN, which of course is a well-known sports brand, right? They have the branding, they have the traffic. But you also might follow another site, for example, called fortherecordsports.com or ftrsports.com. Now, this is another sports blog, but instead of just reporting, they take stories and add their own funny spin on the story. So you may go to ESPN and get all the facts and the news, but then you may follow another more personal blog or a less popular blog because of the comedy or the satire, or there's something different on this particular blog that ESPN doesn't have. So instead of being a reporter, this blog uses the comedy spin to make themselves stand out. Just remember to ask yourself, what am I going to offer on my site that the other branded sites or other sites are not offering? Always ask yourself when you're thinking about starting your new site. Okay, here's another biggie. Avoid the make money topic if you're not making money yourself. I can speak to this because of personal experience. My very first site was about marketing and making money online. And it never went anywhere because I wasn't really making that much money. I was trying to make money. And I think that's another trap people fall into, because what happens is if you have trouble coming up with a topic, you say, well, you know what? I'll do a site about how to make money because that's what I'm trying to do. But the problem with that is if you aren't having success, there's not going to be anything inspiring or new or fresh about your content. Again, you run the risk of becoming a reporter. That's why I put in parentheses here, inexperience breeds reporters. So a lot of times when you see these how to make money sites, they're very generic. What is AdSense? what is a business website, because the person doesn't have any of their own unique experience to share to make it more interesting. Now, a lot of people say, well, Lisa, you talk about making money online. I do, but I did not start talking about AdSense and affiliate marketing and all of that. I didn't add any of that make money content to my site until I started making money. And I had proof and I had stories to share to make the content a little bit more interesting. But I would not recommend talking about how to make money if you're not really doing it yourself. You need credibility. You want to inspire people. And that's hard to do when you aren't really making money yourself. Plus, you don't want to get lumped into all those how to make money online sites. It's such a crowded space. And if you think about all of the successful make money online sites, they're typically successful because the owner is already making money. Okay, and finally, be careful about being blinded by larger brands. It's really important to think about why certain sites are successful. People say to me all the time, hey, Lisa, I want to create a website like Facebook, or I want to create a website like TechCrunch. First of all, there's a reason why some sites are successful. Sometimes they are the first or one of the first in their space at the time, so the timing is an important factor. Another reason could be they have a larger budget to work with, or in Mark Zuckerberg's case, he was a programmer. So he had the technical expertise to create a site like Facebook. So not only did he get started early and basically took what MySpace did and improved upon it, he had the technical expertise to pull off Facebook. Now, I'm not in the business of killing dreams. I'm not trying to discourage you from building a large, successful technical news website like TechCrunch. All I'm saying is it's very misleading, and a lot of people think if they just create a website that has the same kind of content as a successful site, then they will have the same type of success, but they don't think about what goes on behind the scenes. As I said, maybe the site was one of the first of their time, so they had a leg up on people. Maybe they have a very, very large team to help them with the site. Maybe there's some technical expertise, like with Mark Zuckerberg. So it's much easier for the individual like yourself, especially if you're doing this by yourself, it's much easier to start smaller, more focused, and then plan to grow from there. Now let's talk about some things that you absolutely must do. One of the keys, especially if you're going to do a content authority website, is it's more than just content, you guys. You want to create a brand of you. Meaning you don't just want to put up content. You also want to show your personality through your website. Become a personality for the space that you're in. You want to become likable. That doesn't mean that everybody's going to like you and you should try to be liked by everybody. But when you use YouTube and when you show that there's an actual human being behind the site, that builds loyalty and credibility like nobody's business. The days of sitting, in an anonymous corner, writing a bunch of content, expecting Google to send you millions of visitors a month, they're dead. They're over. We are in the social era where people want to see who is behind the site, especially if you have a site about making money or business. People need to be able to trust the person behind the site. So this is more than just content. It's about building your own unique brand. So, for example, if you want to build a site about how to get rid of acne or, have great skincare or whatever, you want to be that person that someone thinks about when they're thinking about getting rid of acne. So if it comes up at a restaurant where someone says, oh, I'm really trying to get rid of my acne scars. And then somebody goes, hey, there's this great girl on YouTube. She has these awesome videos and she has all of this content. You really should subscribe to her. Building a personality around your brand is just so incredibly important. Okay, this is a big one. Planning your monetization strategy. Let's keep it real, you guys. Some ideas are easier to make money with because the people that come to your site are already in a buying mood, or it's not difficult to get them into a buying mood. Basically, there's a shorter buy cycle. So, for example, if somebody comes to my website because they want to learn, how to build a website, it's not far-fetched for them to think that they're going to have to spend money because they quickly learn that if I want a website, I've got to buy a domain. So the buy cycle is pretty short. So it's an easier type of website to monetize. So let's say you want to build a website that talks about different places you can visit in Hawaii. Okay. So you've got pictures, and the pictures are what draw people in. Now, when you're doing a site like that that's visually based, or an entertainment website where you're talking about gossip, those types of sites are not as directly monetizable. And what I mean by that is it doesn't mean you cannot make money from these kinds of sites, but you also have to consider the mood that the visitor is in when they enter your site. And that is huge when it comes to converting sales. You got to think about, okay, these people are coming to my site because they want to look at pictures from Hawaii, or they want to read about celebrity gossip. That's great. I've got a lot of traffic, but I don't know anything about what these people would want to buy. So how am I going to turn these visitors into customers? So these are things that you need to plan out as you're thinking through your website. Think about your monetization strategy. Just don't focus so much on the idea. You also want to think about, how am I going to turn these people into customers? So plan those things as you're brainstorming for your site. I had someone ask me one time, they were saying, I'm thinking about doing a website on quotes. And I thought, okay, quotes, that's a very broad, generic idea. So if somebody comes to your site, what kind of quotes are they going to be interested in? First of all, you're just going to do generic quotes, or you're going to narrow it down to a specific kind of quote. But if you narrow it down, let's just say you do relationship quotes. I don't know if I would build a website just on relationship quotes, but maybe you build a site on relationship strategies, and quotes could be a part of it. But the idea is you talk about relationships, and then you can monetize that by, joining the Match.com affiliate program and promoting different dating sites. So you really want to think these things through, you guys, when you're thinking of ideas for your site. And finally, guys, you got to narrow down your topic, pick an angle, pick an approach. I think one of the reasons so many people struggle with their content websites is they don't spend the time narrowing down who they're going to focus on, what audience they want to target. I'll give you guys an example. Now, I just did a Google search for the word skincare, or the phrase skincare, which is a very broad topic. I would never recommend in 2013 that somebody do a website just on generic skincare. I would narrow it down to something like acne scar removal or something very specific. Because look at this. First of all, you're going to be competing in Google with such big brands. Look at this. Sephora. Look at this. Mayo Clinic. Olay.com. So it's much better to do something more specific. And number one, you're not competing with brands as much because, let's face it, Google loves and favors brands now more than ever. But the other thing is, when you narrow your topic down more, you know more about who your audience is, and it's going to be easier to target specific products to these people. And I can tell you from personal experience, the more and the better you narrow down your topic, the more engaged your audience will be. A prime example is my hair website. And I opened a forum for this site back in July of last year. And I really toyed with this because I was like, I don't know if I want to do a forum, because with social media now, I know forums kind of take a back seat to social medias, but I also know that forums are also very big in the natural hair space. So I figured, why not? Let me tell you right away, guys, this forum took off. I didn't even really have that much traffic to this website, and the forum still took off because the topic is so narrow and it's so focused. And the more you narrow down a website topic, the easier it's going to be to draw in very targeted visitors, and it's easier to target your content to these people. And I think when you have a smaller niche, you don't need as much traffic to get conversions because your focus is so small and you know so much about your audience. So I am a very, very, very big fan of narrowing down your topic as much as you can. Here's the other thing. When I think about websites that I've done that have done well, generally they solve a problem, they fill a void or a need. There's something psychological that happens when you create a website that helps someone do something. You build up loyalty and credibility, especially if you do a lot for free. You build up so much credibility and loyalty because you have helped someone. And that's why I'm such a fan that if you're going to use this model, that you try to pick a topic that allows you to help someone rather than just doing a site like, oh, I'm going to just display pictures, or, oh, I'm going to do an entertainment site. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with an entertainment site and some of those other kinds of content sites. I'm just speaking from personal experience. I think websites that help people, they just tend to perform better. Now, let's get into this whole topic choice, keyword research. This is what a lot of you guys probably are waiting for. What am I going to say about keyword research? Well, I already kind of touched on the topic choice and how important I think it is. And I really, just like these people are saying in this sign over here on the right, your topic choice can really make or break your site. I firmly believe that. I really believe the reason so many people struggle, not just lack of traffic, but they just choose the wrong topic. So a lot of people want to say, you know, should I do passion or should I do earning potential? I personally think if you can, you want to try to find a topic that allows you to have both. You want to pick something that you're interested in and a site that has good earning potential. A lot of people go so far on the passion that they don't plan their monetization like I was talking about in that earlier slide. So you really want to think, okay, I'm really passionate about this, but how am I going to make money? But now I will also say this. A lot of people say, oh, you know, this site can't make any money. I mentioned entertainment sites earlier on. Entertainment sites can be more tricky to monetize, but let me say this. If you have a lot of traffic, you can monetize pretty much any site. Even if you just make money off of advertising, you know, sponsor ads, you can make money if you have traffic. Most people struggle with the traffic part. But back to, you know, my original point, I do not know how some of you guys can pick these topics just for the money. You got people out here who will pick finance, for example, just because finance has good, high-paying AdSense ads. I would be bored to tears. Let me tell you, I've tried it. I've tried websites that I didn't really have that much interest in, and it got some traffic, but you know what? I got burned out. And I couldn't keep updating it because I wasn't interested in the topic. I have to be interested and have a direct connection to my topic. Otherwise, it's just not going to work for me. Now, let's get into keyword research. For those of you guys that don't know, keyword research is an essential part of brainstorming for a website because you need to see how many people are searching and how they are searching for your topic. Now, I'm not a fan of relying completely on Google for your traffic, but there's nothing wrong with starting with Google because it's still a great way, even though a lot has changed over the year, especially the past year with search engine optimization, but it's still a great way to drive targeted traffic to your site, and you shouldn't ignore it. So with keyword research, you want to see how people are searching for certain phrases and what they're searching for. Now, let me say this about keyword research, and hear me loud and clear, you guys. I absolutely hate it. I hate keyword research with a passion, and I really have never spent too much time on keyword research, with the exception of my Site Build It site, only because I paid for that. Okay, so I have to be very honest with you guys. I think it's monotonous. I think it creates analysis paralysis because people will not start a site because they don't think they have the right number of monthly searches for a keyword, and they obsess and obsess and obsess over these numbers. Let me tell you what drives whether or not I'm going to do a site or not. It's not keyword research. It's passion. If I've got enough passion and I know that there is demand for a particular topic, I don't really care as much about what these keyword research numbers say. I'm just going to be very honest. Now, obviously, you cannot ignore it because you don't want to pick a topic that no one is searching for or interested in. But guys, I'm just being very, very honest. If I'm passionate about something, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to follow my gut. And that's largely what I've done with any website that's gotten any kind of traffic online. The other important point to make is that any website that I've ever created that has gotten any kind of organic search engine traffic, the majority of the traffic has always come from long tail keywords, keywords that I was not even targeting, keywords from articles that I've written on secondary pages. That's where the majority of my organic traffic has come from, not from the keyword that you might be thinking that I was going for. You know what I mean? So I think that's a very, very important tip because so many people, they think of websites and they think, oh, I'm going to get all my traffic from this one keyword. First of all, that's dangerous. Why would you want to base your whole business on one keyword? Because if you lose that ranking, what's going to happen to your business? And second, if you're building a content authority website, you're not just going to rely on Google anyway. At least I hope you're not. You're going to do YouTube. You're going to do podcasting. You're going to have an email list. You're not just going to rely on Google. You're going to diversify your traffic anyway. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about keyword research. Okay, this is the Google AdWords keyword tool. Now, this tool is actually not for content publishers. It's actually for advertisers. Remember, I showed you those AdWords advertisers that appear on Google.com? This tool is actually for them so they can see how competitive a particular phrase is before they bid on it, before they, pay for their advertising. But content publishers like myself and you guys, we use it because we can see how many times a particular word or phrase was searched for in the previous month. Now, before you use this tool, it's important to understand these match types here. By default, the broad match type is going to be checked. And that means if you do a search for a particular keyword, it's going to show you how many times all the phrases containing that word were searched for in the previous month. So if you do a search for skincare in this tool, it's going to tell me that 2,240,000 people searched for skincare last month. That's a very misleading number because I have the broad match selected. This is telling me these are all the phrases that include skincare, are related to skincare. So the number's not really that high. What you want to do is check the exact match button. And now you're going to see a much smaller number because these are the people who searched for skin care alone. Okay? So this is what I wanted to talk about in this video. A lot of people will say, Lisa, what is the number that you look for? Like a lot of people will say, don't ever go after a topic unless it has at least 30,000 global monthly searches. I completely disagree with that advice. Completely. I don't believe this number has to be nearly this high. And let me explain. This article that I referenced earlier, this 150,000 monthly page views, this particular site that I'm talking about here, if I were to go to the AdWords tool, these numbers won't look anything this good. I mean, not even close. So how am I getting so much organic traffic from this particular website if the numbers are so low? Well, the reason that is because, first of all, this website is not just getting traffic from one keyword. I'm using the long tail, less competitive keywords. So the majority of the traffic is not coming from the keyword that you might think I'm targeting. It's coming from the secondary articles that I'm writing. So when I'm doing keyword research, as long as the other supporting articles, like I don't just search for one keyword, I look at a collection of keywords. And as long as those keywords have some decent searches, then I'm okay with that. And they don't have to be 30,000. It could be 5,000, 6,000. But as long as there are a bunch of related keywords that I'm going to write about collectively, as long as they get decent amount of searches, I'm going to go with it. And like I said, guys, I let my passion rule me. I don't let some tool tell me, oh, I shouldn't do this topic because, no. I look at how interested I am in the topic, and I also trust my ability to compete through my own content. And like I said earlier, you're not just going, if you're going to build up an authority site, because this is a bad example. This site is mostly search engine trafficked, which is not a good strategy for a stable business. Because if there's a panda or penguin update and this site gets hit, then it's in trouble. This was just an experiment because I got tired of people saying, oh, just writing content and what you do doesn't work anymore. That worked in 2004, but it doesn't work anymore. That's why I created this website. So this is primarily a search engine only, trafficked website. But if I was going to really build this up into a serious business, which who knows, I may someday, I would not just rely on Google. I would do social media. I would focus more on email marketing. I would do all of those things. So if you're doing keyword research, don't just let this tool paralyze you. You also have to do, this is the other thing I want to talk about too. When I'm looking at a topic, I also do physical research. I go to google.com and I look at my competition. I might say, you know what? There are a ton of sites out here that are focusing on this topic, but nobody is mentioning this. Nobody is mentioning that. Nobody is talking about it from this angle. I think too many of you guys rely so much on the keyword research that you don't look at it from your own expertise angle. What do you have to share on this topic? Maybe you have a view that is different from all the other billions of sites that are just basically repeating the same content. That's going to help you stand out. So don't just focus so much on keyword research. Also trust your gut. That's why I believe it is so incredibly important to choose topics that you have a personal interest in, because it's not like pulling teeth when it comes to being creative, when it comes to coming up with ideas. People always ask me, how do you come up with ideas for your content? And I always find that to be a fascinating question, because I'm like, what do you mean? Like, I am living these topics that I'm writing about. So there's always something new to write about if I'm currently experiencing or going through this stuff. So when you have a direct interest in your topic, you don't run out of ideas. And you're not just going to build a 10-page website. You're going to continually update this website, for months and years to come. And I think that's another reason. People think they can just put up a 10-page website and leave it alone, and then it's going to make thousands and thousands of dollars for the next 20 years. It doesn't work like that anymore. So the bottom line is, I'm not saying to ignore keyword research. I'm just saying don't obsess over it. And also make sure you do physical research. Go to forums that are on that topic and actually browse through them. See what questions and problems people are having. Use your own common sense as well. Don't just let some tool tell you whether or not you should do something. Rely on your own expertise. Believe in your ability to compete. And also, don't just focus on getting traffic from Google. If you're doing a content authority website, you're going to be getting traffic, hopefully, from a ton of different vehicles. So as I say here in the slide, don't be afraid to do that research and scope out your competition. What are they doing or what are they not doing that you could be doing? Rely on your own creativity. It'll take you far.